What's up, guys? So just having some fun at Tom's place, and this is the other Tom, by the way. So I said we're about to film, and you guys are okay with this being on YouTube, yeah?
Yeah.
All good? Okay.
We're good.
Now, Tom, when it came to the whole suggestion hypnosis, you were kind of naturally a skeptic, right?
Yeah.
All right. So would it be okay if we just kind of continued to try something? Would that be all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent. So, all right. So we'll try this. So just look at me, Tom. And just imagine that there's kind of like a target, almost like when you're throwing darts, yeah?
Okay.
And as you look at that, I want you to become aware of how your eyes slowly start to get heavy, like they're starting to close, just because you're going to just enlarge that image inside your head. And just take a deep breath in, and just close your eyes and sleep. Good. All the way down. Perfect. You're doing great. So now we'll borrow this hand, Tom, and you're just going to lock it into the table. And I want you to imagine that hand is a brick. It's a very heavy brick, one you want to be accustomed to having on the table like this. In a moment, I'm going to say 1, 2, eyes open, and when I do, you're going to open your eyes, and when you look down, even though there's going to be a part of you that's telling you that's your hand, it's going to feel like it's a brick, and it's going to feel just as heavy. Nod your head if you understand this command. Good. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes, and just look down at the brick and realize it's just so heavy. In fact, I want you to try and lift it and notice it becomes impossible to lift. And you're really trying, and I didn't say pretend or anything. You're really trying as hard as you can. Yeah? In fact, the more you try, the heavier it gets. Look, it got 10 times as heavy. Try even harder. It's impossible, I know, right? And now just take a deep breath in, Tom, and sleep. Just relaxing and floating and sinking and drifting. You're doing an absolute fine job, Tom. Now this can become lighter. Good. So, Tom, have you ever walked into a room, maybe to get a sandwich or just whatever your reason may be, but by the time you go in that room, you go, what am I even, like, what did I come in here for? Has that ever happened to you, Tom?
Yeah.
All right, I want you to kind of reimagine fully what that looked like, felt like, sensation felt like, everything that you can perceive, as if it's happening to you right now. Because in a moment, I'm going to say 1, 2, eyes open, and when you open your eyes, it's going to feel like your mind has become cloudy, and it'll feel like your name is just completely gone from your mind. Nod your head if you understand this command. Good. 1, 2, eyes open, and just look at me. And now, I want you to try to say your name and notice it's just gone. Just gone, yeah?
Yeah.
Really try. Like, it's just gone, yeah?
It won't come out.
You know what? In fact, if you gaze your eyes up here, you'll notice that there's a bunch of different names. I want you just to, with your other hand, I want you to reach and pluck out any random name and pop it into your head.
Okay.
And now your name is?
Evan.
Evan, it's nice to meet you. I'm Lester. So, and you've just been a huge skeptic to this sort of thing, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So, Evan, so we're gonna try something a little bit more kind of intuitive.
Okay.
So just place your hand here, and just close your eyes now. Good. Excellent. Now, yes or no, Evan? Can you feel this pressure here? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Again, when this pressure comes off, Evan, because you and I are connected, you'll find that when it comes off, you'll lift your hand to about the height of a wine bottle, but only when you feel it come off. Good. And it'll just start to float, just like you are floating and sinking into a wonderful state of focus. Good. And then when you feel it come back on, Evan, your hand will just float right back down.
Okay. I'll talk at you.
Good. Relaxing even further. Now, when I click my fingers, you're going to open your eyes, but when you look down at your hand, it's going to be almost like transparent glass, and you'll be able to see through it. In 3, 2, 1, open your eyes. And now when you look down, it looks like super see-through. In fact, you can't even actually see like the actual flesh part of your hand, can you, Evan?
No.
In fact, can you describe what you can see right now?
Just the table.
Just the table. So it's completely gone. Perfect. And now just look at me, Evan. Just close your eyes now. Just relax. Even further. Perfect. So now, Evan, whenever I click my fingers, my head will disappear, but the rest of my body will remain intact, and it's going to be the weirdest thing you've ever seen, but only when I click my fingers. And then when I say now, my head will reappear. Nod your head if you understand. 1, 2, eyes open. Excellent. Now, have you ever seen the Harry Potter movies or read the books at all?
I've seen the movies. Yeah.
Okay, so you remember the cloak of invisibility?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
who wouldn't love that? I always thought it'd be funny, like, if you could just, like, wrap a certain part of your, like, your arm would be gone, or, like, your legs. But I've always thought it'd be kind of cool to do the Sleepy Hollow with the head, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just gone. You look really confused. What's going on in your head? Explain what.
Oh, I mean, I can see your head, but
But there's something different about it.
yeah,
So it's more like transparency.
something. Yeah.
So okay, so it's almost kind of like that in between.
Yeah.
Okay, so now imagine it fully gone. There it is. And now,
It's back.
now obviously they're gonna think you're playing along. I didn't say play along. I didn't bribe you.
No.
This is fully just happening now.
Yeah.
Excellent. So now just look at me, just take a deep breath, and sleep again. Good. So now this time, I want you to take all that enjoyment you feel, and you're going to just move it into this hand. And as you do, the more joy you put into this hand, it's going to be like a helium balloon. It's going to start to lift that hand up all on its own. In fact, just allow it to be filled with, because the happier you are, the more it'll float. In fact, at each time I click my fingers, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter to where the hand starts to float. And the higher it goes, the more funnier it becomes. And the funnier it becomes, you start to laugh out loud. As it gets higher, you start laughing uncontrollably out loud. And the higher it goes, it gets even funnier and funnier and funnier. And you just can't stop laughing. Yeah, it gets louder and louder. And the higher it goes, it gets louder and even louder. In fact, you may even snore like a pig because it starts to get so funny. And there it goes. He just gets louder and louder and louder. And 3, 2, 1, sleep all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. That's right, you're doing absolutely fantastic, Tom. Now, I'm going to leave you with a gift. In a moment, I'm going to say 1, 2, eyes open. You're just going to open your eyes. And everything that you've imagined and just really took a boat, everything will go back to normal, just as it normally was. But you realize that whenever you want to just get that enjoyment you just felt, all you got to do is just look at that hand and it'll start to raise up when you want to be happy. Nod your head if you understand that command. And that's the only suggestion that will stick. Everything else, you will no longer be able to forget your name when you open your eyes. Everything will go back to normal, except for the hand being able to lift up, but only when you want to be happy. Nod your head if you understand this command. Good. 1, 2, eyes open. And now everything else goes back to normal, so now this won't work. Your name's gone. What's your name?
Tom.
Perfect. But look what happens when you look at your hand and you want to just feel that joy. And look what happens. You feel it, don't you? In fact, the more you laugh, the faster it goes up. Peace out, guys.